Hey there, it's Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan, taking a look at this Honda Fit. This one here is second generation Honda Fit, the RS version, which is the sports version of the Fit, and by far, in my opinion, the best one to get. Now, we've been selling a lot of these Fits. They're a great car, and I have taken quite the liking to them. I think it's a wonderful package. I think the car can pretty much do anything that you need it to do, especially the RS version being a little bit sporty with a sportier suspension and the more power to it, and the real automatic transmission instead of the CVT that the other ones do. That alone, to me, would be the deciding factor. I think a CVT is something that I haven't got used to. Thankfully, I've never owned a car with a CVT, and something I don't want to get used to. I feel like a standard, manual transmission is best, and then a DSG or paddle shift, auto shifting manual, and then an automatic, and then a CVT is at the bottom. And then whatever transmission it is that's in the smart car. It's the worst of all. Which ironically was in the Lupo, the 3L version of the Lupo, just to get better fuel economy. I will say the RS, nowhere near as good a fuel economy as the other versions of it. This one here, 1.5 liter. I think you can get it in a 1.3 and a 1 liter. I'm not too sure of it, but a big jump in fuel consumption when you go to the RS. That said, driving pleasure is paramount for some people, like it would be for me. And you still get decent fuel economy, all things considered. The frame numbers inside here, I'm just going to close that. Okay, so we'll take a look at the condition of the car. We'll compare it to the auction inspection sheet. This one's going to be going over to Canada. And look at this, only 61,000 original kilometers on it. That's the original auction sheet. It's an auction grade 4CC, and so it's kind of a weird grade. Usually you would get at least 1B for the interior/exterior. And if you're not sure how those auction sheets go, there's a very good description on our website how to read it. So the engine doesn't put out a lot of power. It's slightly over 100 horsepower. It is a car that only weighs a ton, but it doesn't feel that quick. It kind of feels wheezy, and I know this because I've driven Grant's. Grant, I know you're going to watch this video. Grant's one of our sales reps, and he owns one of these, and I'm sure I'm going to get something wrong, so Grant, tell me when I get it wrong in the video. You can be the first to chastise me. So oil and coolant both look fine. I'm going to close the hood now. Nice lightweight hood. I'm pretty sure it's aluminum. Grant, tell me if I'm wrong. All right, second generation. I think all the Fits look good, but I think with each generation they get a little bit less good looking. I adore the first gen, but it is looking more dated. This one here isn't as dated. You're still seeing a lot of these on the road, so it doesn't look like you're driving a car from yesteryear. Okay, here's the inspection sheet, so let's go over this. It's a 2009 Fit RS Highway Edition. So we were looking into this. The Highway Edition seems like it's... They had one thing, like ETC, Electronic Toll Collection Box option, which I believe is in the glove box. And yes, let me just check. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just thinking of that one over there. The Golf R I know has one in the glove box. So, here it is. Okay, built-in ETC. As far as we know, that's all you get with the Highway edition of it. Oh no. The UK Academy is coming. Okay, so auction grade 4, interior C, exterior C. So a little bit lower grade, but in person, looking much better than that. The vehicle really looks more like a 4BB to me. 61,800 kilometers, that's original mileage, original blue. Sales points here are purchased from user, original Navi, reverse monitor, HID headlights. Toll collection box, and aftermarket 15-inch wheels. The wheels are scraped up, and they're, well, kind of a cheaper aftermarket wheel, so nothing really special about those. The report here from the auction inspector says windshield rock chip, which is usually not big enough for me to have to point out. That's nothing. And I'm not really seeing anything on there. Okay. It says interior dirty, wear, and scratched, and then interior has animal hair. Then here, let's just pull this out the bottom. A4 in the front bumper, which is pretty true. I didn't notice the W2 here, so that means it's not bad. A1, just minor scratches. And same thing here with some other repainted sections. So this front fender and the two doors have been repainted. So let's have a quick look at those. And we're going to want to look at it compared to the paint on the other panels. Look for orange peel, more so than the factory. I know that many cars come with orange peel from the factory, and this is really honestly not looking so bad. I just shot an RX-7 that had a repaint, and it was done pretty poorly. You can see from here to here is looking fine. We're seeing no blend lines through here. Very good. Yeah. And the blue color is quite nice, especially when the sun hits it. And yeah, that's it. So let's take you for a tour around it. You can see the car from all the different sides. I really can't think of a better first car than this. I think is the same thing that I said in the last time that I shot one of these videos. They're cheap, they're plentiful, parts are easy, they're hyper reliable, and they're nippy and fun to drive. But you're not going to be going too fast that you're going to get into any sort of trouble. It looks like you have I'm just seeing inside here, a rear camera is underneath there for drive recorder. Again, perfect for your first time buyer. And I haven't taken Grant's one, our sales rep Grant, has a manual transmission in it. It's a 6-speed. And I haven't driven one with an auto. I have driven one with the CVT. Was not a big fan. I suspect that this is pretty fine. Especially these days, many people don't want to drive a manual or don't know how to drive a manual or are intimidated by it. Auto is just fine for a lot of people. So, looking at some of the defects. First off, headlights have gone cloudy on like the upper section of them. This is on both of the headlights. Okay, now you apparently have A4 on the front bumper. I found some scratches and scrapes, but nothing that really seemed like it was A4. Maybe more like an A2 or an A3. So some light ones there. You'll be able to probably polish this one out, maybe this one. Be careful trying to polish out scratches on Honda. Not all Hondas, but the lower end Hondas tend to have a weaker paint. And as a result, you don't have very much paint to buff through to get those scratches out. And so if you're worried about it, get a professional shop to do it for you. And they'll be able to measure the paint and whatnot. Scrapes here, here, and here, and here. Okay. They're here a little bit early. They were supposed to be here 15 minutes from now. So I thought I could shoot this video before they arrived. Okay, coming down here, it's looking pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. There are a few minor scratches I pointed out, like this one here, in the other video where we go over the side panels and look for scratches and dents. There's not a ton, and whatever there is should be pretty easy to buff out. This one in the back corner, though, no buffing is going to get that out. Okay. Got a little dent right here and a little scratch. This area here has a few scratches there. I think they're light enough to be able to buff away. And what you're doing there is you're basically just rounding off the corners so that the edges of the scratch aren't going to show the light as well. Or maybe even buffing it down below where that scratch is in the clear coat. You know, there's a joke about all the damage on a car can be buffed out, which of course is not true, but light scratches like this, you can make them completely disappear. So mirror has a little bit of damage on it there, and a few light scratches in this area here. Again, nothing really that concerns me, basically all the way around the car. There's a small dent right here. Just that one. And I'm not sure how this compares to the rear wing that Grant has on his. By the sounds of it, Grant's not wanting to get a bigger wing, which is a bit of a shame because he's done a lot of mods to his at the moment. Now for the interior, and it needs a good vacuum, so it's kind of like dirty, but nothing is like feverishly dirty. A good vacuuming, and you're pretty much there. I'm not even sure if you need to extract anything. You can see there's like little bits of rocks in here, which is kind of weird. And then here's the animal hair, as was mentioned on the auction sheet, but it doesn't smell at all like an animal, which is kind of weird. Usually if there's that much hair, you're going to be able to smell it. You can't in this one. So no tonneau cover on this. You can see there's little provisions for one, but there isn't. And then this is kind of interesting. This floor flips up and you have a little net there to store some things. I think this was an option. And then you can pull this up and you have a bigger storage compartment underneath there. It looks like no spare tires, so they'd be run flat tires. And by the look of it, you can, yeah, adjust this to different settings of tilt. Okay. ごめんなさい、ちょっと待ってください。Door cards in the back are really good, and boy oh boy, lots of leg room in one of these. You wouldn't expect it because it is a subcompact, but good place to be for adults. Good, good, good. I like how the floor mats have body color garnish on them. So you get the blue one, you get a little bit of blue on the carpets, and I believe that's only for the RS. You also don't get a center pillow here, but the seats are nice. I like the fabric they're made out of. I find them pretty comfortable as well. And I've got a Honda also from the same era as this, and I think Honda made really good cars at this time. Okay, door card here, good again. Power windows, of course, those all work. Mechanically, everything I checked was A-okay. Shifting was good, power steering was good, AC works, all of that has been checked. Now seats here have accumulated a little bit of sagginess. It's not bad at all, but I'll point it out. There's a little bit in here, you can see kind of like the wrinkles there, and a little bit in this area here, and a little bit over there. Not the worst, you can't feel it while you're driving. Look at this, we got a little sock. But it's not really a sock. It has a zip tie on it. I think it was like, you know, sometimes they put these on the brake master cylinder or the clutch master cylinder. It kind of looks like something like that. I do like the look of the steering wheel, and I like the look of the gauges. And I've already shown you at the beginning of the video, but let's see. Nice red gauges there. Tachometer over there to the side, and your fuel and your gear over there. Okay, your center stack is pretty normal. Not a lot to say here. This little shelf here with a dual opening glove box. Looks like you have the lock nut key, which is handy. It sucks when those don't exist. And look at this, heated rear window and heated door mirrors in a small car like this. So that's really cool. You can heat all of the rain droplets off of it, or the frost if you have it. There's a video input here. It's your standard audio video that was popular in the 90s, which is no longer used. But if you have old appliances like the Super Nintendo, you can plug it in there. I don't know the wattage the Super Nintendo uses. Is it more than 120 watts? All fine here. One cup holder over here, two more over here, and then one on each corner that the AC can direct right into, so it can keep your drinks cold, which is cool. Literally. Okay. And a clean headliner. Good. I think it's good. Good car. I highly recommend the Fit. All the cars in this class are generally pretty good. I would say that the Fit is my favorite. Second favorite being the Swift. Third favorite is the Yaris. For maybe Yaris, maybe Demio Tide. And then the Mitsubishi is the last one. I don't like it very much. Okay, that's all for this. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and have a nice day.